I'm out again. Yes, you know what I'm like. I've just had a turbo pint. Actually not so turbo, quite relaxed by the fireside. Looking at the map, you know, sorting things out. In the Three Merry Lads, never been there before. Great pub, just a nice, good quality pub, and got some good ales there. So that was in Lodgemore. I'm just now walking out of Lodgemore west. Gonna go past the three Red Myers, is it Red Myers reservoir, heading up for Stanage Edge, Stanage Pole. Going to turn right at Stanage Pole for High Neb. Yes! Crazy night out. Well, hopefully not too crazy. Last night was a bit crazy. This is my second night in the lovely, glorious Peak District on the western side. This time, again, overlooking Sheffield, or hopefully will be overlooking Sheffield. Sheffield just to my right. Can't see much right now. Got a bit of a walk along this road, a couple of kilometres, but hey, it's an investment. I'm going to do a kind of a circular tour, so I like parking up where I know I can leave the car safe. So half an hour plodding along here is just fine. They don't make them like they used to. That kind of engraved, I don't know what you call it really, sort of monument, it's a, don't know, roadside thing, almost 200 years old and still in excellent condition. Almost a little bit of green paint still on it. How about that? This is the upper Red Myers reservoir. Actually not very big, but I suppose the three of them all work together to make a large reservoir. Red Myers Reservoir and the Long Causeway. I don't know what the Long Causeway is. Yeah, so the Long Causeway, some old, really old, Roman, pre-Roman even potentially, route from Sheffield over to Manchester, and Stanage Pole is an important waymarker in that. Well, I'm going to head up to Stanage Pole next. Might get a view of the reservoirs from a bit further up. Going to head up this track now, just a kind of kilometre or so. Oh, look! Stop! Do not go further. Forestry Commission safety information. Well, whatever. I am assuming that that means for vehicles, not pedestrians. It is a public right of way up here, an old pack horse trail that I was just saying earlier on, and it's access land. So I'm not sure what those signs mean really, but clearly I will stay away from any work going on, but there's nothing going on up here at the moment, so. Certainly looks as if there's been a lot of forestry activity, but nothing going on at the moment, so I must be safe to proceed, whatever really. Yeah, I've just checked the map, all is fine. It's a public right of way, so there's no work going on, there's no danger of death at the moment. And if there's anybody up ahead, I'll take heed and listen to advice and guidance. But at the moment, it's an open path. But is it right? Should I be here? Should I have obeyed those signs? You know, I suppose technically on the one hand, maybe yes. But, you know, on a practical sense, well, not really, because there's no sense. There's no sense if the road is actually open and it is a public right of way and there's no risk to injury or getting in anybody's way. I suppose, you know, you're driving up the M6 and the police close the motorway. Well, it's closed, isn't it? You know, it's just closed because the police have closed it because of an incident. That's fine. You know, go with it, understand that, don't like it maybe, but perhaps be mindful of perhaps any casualties or other people more directly involved. But here, what you know, there we are. What do you think? Should I be here? Should I have passed those signs? Yeah, I think I should. There's no apparent reason right now for me not doing what I'm doing. I'm not talking about wild camping, I'm talking about walking along this route. Oh well, there's an update. There's another sign on this side that says it is closed, but it also talks about an alternative route. There is no indication of any alternative route, no signs, and that notice I didn't see on the other side. So whatever, I've done it now. And it's a circular route, so I'm going up here, along and round and down another way anyway. So, but if I was coming down here, what alternative route is there? Well, there isn't, is there? So I don't know. What should I have done? Probably not have gone that way. Well, I'm sorry, I did. And I'm nearly up at Stanage Pole. I can just see the wooden top to it. The pole, presumably, not the original one. And I'm walking along these cobblestones, but they're not modern cobbles. They're not like flagstones that get airdropped by helicopter. These are old stones. So maybe these stones are part of the old ancient trackway. How about that? Well, there we are. Just been talking to that nice gent on the bike. He's done a big tour around. He says he comes up here pretty well every other day, and he's been using this path the last 6 weeks. They were busy, the forestry people were busy for the first kind of week or couple of weeks. I think it goes back to December or something or other, he was saying, or January, I'm not sure. But he's been using this path, just going through. And nobody's been doing any forestry work for the last 6 weeks, he says. So there we are. I've done it now. Who cares? And this is Stanage Pole. There we are, Stanage Pole. Looks a bit odd, doesn't it? It says pipeline, gas pipeline. I don't think that's a way marker for an old ancient trackway, do you? Oh look, that's the wooden pole I remember. Yeah. Up, note to self, edit out the bit about that red and white pole. That's not the Stanage pole, this is. There's an inscription in one of those stones I was talking about just a moment ago, that's got a date of 1952 in it. So that goes back. That's 10 years older than me, and I'm 61 now. So, gosh, that's an old inscription, if it's genuine, of course. So yes, those stones are what appear to be very old indeed. Right, this is the real Stanage pole. Yeah, so this is ongoing, the old ancient trackway off from Stanage Pole towards Castleton. I can see the Castleton, oh, I don't know what chimney it is. It's the works chimney. Is it cement works chimney or whatever? So here we are again with more inlaid slabs. These are old as well. They are rutted. I'm not sure that they're rutted from wheels, cart horses, you know, wheels from cart horses. Maybe it's just 2 rows for 1 person, 2 persons. I don't know. There's no evidence of kind of rutting from wheels. Might be a bit too far apart as well. But ancient, I'm sure. How do I know? How can I tell? And then they just stop. Don't know why. Perhaps that was just one particular bit of boggy area back in the day, and they've got the crushed stone here. Don't know. Right, this is Stanage Edge. The pole, Stanage Pole, is just back from the edge, and this is the kind of just the edge path. The edge path continues that way. I'm going right from Stanage Pole to High Neb. I'm going to go on, going to go there, well, as far as I feel like going. Wrecking around, just trying to find out where I might camp overnight, and then work my way back to something like High Neb. I've got 2 hours of good light left, so I've got loads of time. Loads of time. There are going to be loads and loads of little places that I could say, oh, I could pitch my tent there. There's one just there. But I'm going to go further. I can always come back. Following the edge path now, that main kind of ancient trackway, unless this is still it, has disappeared. That's quite a pleasant track, this. And up there really high is one of those hang glider things with a big, well, cocoon pod that he's riding in. Well, hey, I've just said that this is not necessarily the ancient trackway, but maybe it is. Look at these stones. They've got a really pronounced gully shape here, haven't they? All the way through, lining up through. Amazing. So maybe ancient. I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing things, making things up, kind of to fit a picture in my head. Don't know, but they are ancient stones with a kind of a gully in them. Here we are, High Neb trig point. Yep, it's been a few years since I've been here, probably 5 or 6. Yeah, at least, I think. And I've been backwards and forwards. I've never camped out on top here. Right, the plan. High Neb tick. Gonna go on to Stanage End, or whatever it's called, towards there, find out how far I'm gonna go, and spot a good camping spot along the way. Get to the end and then work my way back to somewhere here or wherever, finding a good spot for the night. I've got about an hour and a half of light, so pretty good really. lovely. Just found number 24, not 2024, just the number 24. They're like drinking pools, I think. Not big enough for paddling in. Oh, there's number 23 there. They're large little water collection points. They've got little grooves so the water runs and trickles into them, presumably for sheep or the animals. Old, I would think. Ancient, in fact. We like the word ancient, I think, in this video. Ancient. Am I ancient? Maybe not quite that old. Well, I've left High Neb quite a way behind now, just scooting along this edge, looking out for little camp spots, but there's not much worth using really. Really small patches of grass, but nothing much. So hopefully I'll find something a bit further up towards the end, or I'll just go back to High Neb. I know there's a couple of spots there spotted before, so work it out as I go. Wow, this is Stanage Edge. Not a lot here really. I've just found a little way marker, WW. I don't know what WW stands for. Don't know. I've come up and along this way once, I think, before. Don't know which way I came up, but hey, there's bits of places here, but it's a long way for me to get off in the morning. I've got an hour, so I'm going to go back to High Neb and find one or two of the little points that I found earlier, just big enough for a tent. Here, lots of lovely spots for bivvying, but I haven't got a bivvy. I've got my Soulo, so I need a bit more space really. I'll walk back. It's the way I'm going tomorrow anyway, so it's fine. Just to High Neb. Looks like there's some old quarry workings here as well. I'll just have a quick scooter around before curving back around and heading back along the edge. I've stopped right by High Neb trig point, just come along a little bit further. I spotted this big green space on my way across earlier on, and I figured it would be a good spot, and it's really the best that I could find really for my tent. So I'm going to set up just about here. I'm going to put you over there so you can watch the sunset, and I will call you back once I'm in my tent and I've got hot chocolate going. While you've been watching and admiring the sunset on the edge there, Stanage Edge, kind of precipice, I've put my tent up, got my hot chocolate going, got into my sleeping bag and got all cozy. It's cold out there now, the wind has picked up and the temperature has really plummeted. It's cold. Anyhow, I'm in, all zipped up and hot chocolate, so I'll enjoy that for the next little bit of time. I'll get back to you in a bit. I've been in my tent about an hour or so now. It's about 6:30. It's time for some food. I've got my food laid out here. I'm going to do my usual this is what I've got for dinner kind of montage. Here we go, stay with me. I'm going to start off with some bacon. Now this is pre-chopped, there's quite a lot there. I don't know whether I'm going to have all of it. It won't keep, so I might as well cook it and then just see how much I want. I've got some veg to go with that. Orange pepper this time, and some mushrooms. I'm going to put that on a base of rice. Now, okay, you might say that the rice isn't the right sort of rice. I quite like the spicy Mexican rice. I just like the flavour. So there we are. Going to go with that. And to go with that, and that doesn't go either really, hoisin and garlic sauce tonight. You might know I quite like these little packets of sauce, and this is the one I got tonight. I'm not sure they go completely, but there we are. That's what I've got. To follow, I've got custard and 2 of the little apple pies. They do look like apple pies this time because they don't look too mullered. I must have treated them better today. And then I've just got a porridge pot for tomorrow. And looking over the back there, you can see a can of beer, which I will open very shortly. I'm going to get the bacon in cooking first, and while that's getting going, I'll chop the veg, I think. Cool, lots of juices come out of the bacon. I put a little bit of oil in the bottom, hardly needed it. I just let that simmer away. I've got an onion. I forgot about my onion, just found it. So I'm gonna chop that up and get that fried up first, I think. Onion. I think it's time to open my beer. Cheers. That's well behaved. It's cold. It's very cold. Yeah. Oh, that is cold. Cheers. Thank you as always for tuning in. Appreciate your company. It's a cold mountaintop here. That's nice. I just get my spicy Mexican rice going. I just put it in the frying pan, add just a little bit of water and just kind of heat it through really. Leave that then in the frying pan as a base layer of my food in my plate, because I use the frying pan as my plate. I'll then just pile the other bits delicately, obviously, very delicately, Michelin star 0 style on the top. Yep, that'll need a little bit more though. Next, back to the bacon, including this sauce packet. Oh, look at that. So that's the hoisin and garlic sauce in with the bacon. I did take out quite a few little bits of bacon that were a little bit fatty looking. I'm not interested in the fat bits. I know a lot of people like it. I'm afraid I'm not in favour of the fat lumpy bits, so I hoiked a few of those out. So I've got my bacon and hoisin sauce and the veg, and the rice is now just coming back up hot again. With the Trangia, obviously only one burner, but I've got the 3 pans. So the last phase is really just rotating them around so they're all hot, and then doing the final kind of assembly. Right, give this a final rizzle. It stayed hot anyway, I think. I think this is an okay meal for the top of high neb. What's it taste like? Well, it's hot. There's always a risk of it not being hot, but that's hot. That's hot, that's good. Bacon's cooked, it's good sauce. Mexican rice and hoisin and garlic sauce. Veg. I'm not going to rush this. It's a bit of a feast. Leave me be for a minute and I'll catch you up in a minute. That was lovely. Delish. It's got quite a tang to it, which I like. Right. Gonna take a breather for a bit and then I'm gonna look at the custard and mini apple pies. We'll see. Didn't have them last night, so that custard has had quite a trek. 2 treks, in fact. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's not too late, but well, I'll decide later. Guess what? It's just gone 11:30. I had a doze, I fell asleep. Oh, lovely and cosy and warm. Actually, the wind has dropped as well, actually. The wind has dropped. Oh dear. So no custard, no pudding, no hot chocolate yet. Still might do one. And I haven't done my washing up either. When I get in my Soulo, I just feel like it's just great. Indoors, comfortable, relatively lots of space. Nice warm sleeping bag. I've snuggled up and, you know, just feel so comfortable. Easy to have a doze. However, I need a drink, so I haven't even finished my beer. How about that? So I shall finish my beer, get a hot chocolate on, do my washing up, and then get back to bed, I think. Simple as that. Oh dear. Last orders. It's just before 12 o'clock and I've just got a little dribble of beer left. I'll finish that. I've had my hot chocolate, done all my washing up, been out, checked the guy lines, pegs, all is good. The wind has dropped actually, so I'm going to get a very comfortable night, I think. Well, I've had a couple of hours already, I think. So I say cheers and a night at the same time if I can do that, and I'll see you in the morning. Night. Good morning, everybody. There's a red glow inside my Soulo again, of course. It's just after 7:30. I did put my alarm on for 6:10 just to see if there was going to be a sunrise, but no, it's all claggy, and in fact it's just started to rain. I haven't looked out yet, but I can hear rain, so not overly pleasant. Right. Get engine going first, not just in gear. Need to get engine going and then in gear. Porridge and coffee, that's the order. Just making up my coffee and porridge. I've just realised it's snowing. Let's take a look outside. Well, yeah, absolutely snowing, and the wind must have turned around because it's on my door here. Well, there was forecast for snow, but yesterday evening, yesterday overnight, so it's come in a bit late. Never mind. If I was up a couple of hours earlier, it would have just been starting, but I think it's been going for a couple of hours, so hadn't even noticed. When I said earlier on it was raining, no, snowing. Well, I still haven't been out yet. I think there's a good inch or two of snow. It keeps falling. I keep bashing it off my door. We'll see what it's like outside when I get out. I am in my full wets, boots to put on. I'll try and do them in the tent. Well, I will do them in the tent. Gaiters, bags all packed. So, a couple of moments, out I go. Right, pretty well ready to roll. Just looked over the back of my rucksack down at the little sort of top corner there, and the snow's blown underneath and up against my bathtub. Amazing, really. Even a fully four-season tent like this, the Hilleberg Soulo, with the sides going all the way down pretty well to the ground, there's a little gap there, and the snow's just blown through. Turned 180 degrees. It's now coming in from the doorway side, whereas last night I pitched the tent head into the wind, this end into the wind. Crazy. That's why my door is completely covered in snow. Oh, there's a bit of a snowdrift here. But hey ho, right, pack up time and I'm off. Hands are a bit cold. Talk about leaving no trace. My little grassy patch where my tent was almost gone in just those few minutes of packing up my tent. Right, almost done. Gonna have a quick check in with the trig point. Slightly different weather conditions to last night's check-in. Right, I'm off. back on the that wide ancient trackway. Nobody else has been out yet this morning, not along here. No footmarks. Gonna go a little bit further, and then there's that junction with Stanage Pole off to the left. I'm going straight on for a bit anyway. Oh, the snow's in my face. So that's the way marker for the, well, not really the right turn, although the main path kind of goes off left to Stanage Pole. I'm taking the southerly route, still along the edge, towards Bamford Edge. We're not going that far. Another couple of kilometres along the top here. Wicked views. I'm not going too close because it's all a bit slippery somehow. And you never really know where you're going to step. Might step straight into a cavern. Oh, this is glorious. Whee! That's the trig point just off Cowper Stone. Well, Cowper Stone is just a little bit further along actually. This doesn't, I don't think, have a proper name. Anyway, trig point from here down to the road and back. Hopefully the next bit's not too treacherous. Just descending off Cowper Stones now. I did include that little extra bit just to, you know, check in up there. Well, that snowy lumpy rock designates the kind of the southern end of Stanage Edge, I think. So I'm down. Got a little bit more to do. Got to get down to the road here by the bridge, and I'm going to traipse along the road for a couple of kilometres back to my car. I think I might as well leave it here for now. You don't need to see me traipsing along the road, although it is rather a nice snowy road. Really appreciate you following along. It's company for me, you know. I'm on my own and chitter-chattering along. At least I get the idea that at least somebody's going to be listening to me. So, from a very snowy, gloriously white Peak District, thanks for watching and bye for now.